I'm going to be teaching you how to react to contact using a squad file team wedge. Alright, the first step is take contact. So these guys are going to shoot at these guys, and the very first thing you're going to do as soon as you start taking fire is you're going to return fire. Shoot a couple shots, 2 or 3. After you shoot your 2 or 3 shots, you should do your 3 Ds. So description, direction, distance. So an example would be 3 small arms, 12 o'clock, 50 meters. Okay? Now, not always that happens because sometimes you don't know where you're being shot at, and it's war. You can't really control everything, so sometimes that doesn't happen. But try your best. All right. The next thing everyone's going to immediately do is find cover. Get on the ground, hit the deck. All right? Once they do that, they're going to get on line. So I'm going to draw them on a line. All right. So now they are in a firing line. All lined up. It can be kind of a lazy W if it has to. So one can be a little bit lower, one can be a little bit higher, vice versa. But what their job is right now is their job is to fire as many bullets as possible at the enemy to suppress the enemy. It's called cover by fire. Okay? What they're going to be doing is they're going to be fighting cover by fire for this Bravo team right here. So now at this point the squad leader needs to make a decision. He needs to decide how many enemies are there? Should we retreat? Do we have that 3-to-1 ratio that we so desire? And if we don't have that 3-to-1 ratio, we should probably get the hell out of there because we'll probably die. If we do, in this case we do, you can tell there's only 3 enemies and there's like 9 of us. So by numbers alone, we have that 3-to-1 ratio. So the next thing he needs to decide after he decides he's going to take the bad guys out is he decides which way to flank. Okay? We like to use code words, so for the right side we might say New York, for the left we might say California. But either way, in this case he decides to flank California. So he tells his Bravo team to get up and move this way. Alright. So let's erase these guys down here. Now these guys are over here, okay? They're all online, and they have 2 options to basically go through the enemy. That's what they're going to try and do. A, they can either bound up to the enemy location, which that would look like this. These guys would move forward while these guys cover them. And then these guys would cover these guys while these guys move forward. So they're all 9. Or you could do it a successive bounding, where these guys move forward, these guys cover, and these guys push past them while they're covered by these guys. But either way, you can bound through, or you can simply walk on a line and assault through. Okay? So these guys are going to assault through, getting close to the enemy. They're about 15 to 30 meters to the enemy location. At this point, Bravo team is going to let Alpha team know that they need to shift their fire. They're going to shift their fire to the right because they're on the left. So instead of shooting directly at them, they're going to be now shooting this way. Okay? So they're going to be assaulting through. Once they get close, they call the shift fire. They confirm the shift fire, and then they start shooting that way. Alright, so now these guys are going to start assaulting through. Now that they're at the objective, they're going to call for a lift fire. Alright, so now they're in the midst of the enemy, and their cover by fire is gone. What these guys are doing their job is to essentially kill any survivors. And a little tip here, if someone is dying and they don't have a weapon, it's not a war crime to shoot them at this point in the battle drill. So your job is to dead check all the enemies. Make sure if there's anything that was once organic, you shoot it. Alright, another thing to keep in mind is that the squad leader and the team leader, their responsibilities right here are to basically keep this Bravo team online and to keep walking. So a lot of the times the line will come together. They'll get too close together. You want the line to be spread out. Sometimes one guy will fall back because of the terrain or whatever. He's going to make sure that that doesn't happen. All right. So now these guys are in the midst of it. They're going to now push through. They're going to push exactly 35 meters past the enemy. Why 35 meters? Because it's hand grenade range. Okay. So now that Bravo team is currently up here. Okay, now Bravo team is all the way up here, 35 meters past the last enemy known location. Alpha team is going to do the same thing that Bravo team just did, except for from the front. So they are now going to assault through. They can either bound up or they could just get online and walk through the enemy. They're going to dead check the enemies, make sure they're online, all that good stuff. 35 meters past. Now once they've done that, they're in this kind of L formation, okay? Okay, their squad leader right here. What they're going to do next is they're going to do their lace reports. So they're going to check their liquid, their ammo. They're going to check if anyone's bleeding, if they got shot, if the casualties. Then they are also going to check EPWs, which is incarcerated prisoner of wars. All right. So you're going to have a designated guy from each fire team that is going to be in charge of casualty collection and prisoner collection, essentially. So 2 guys are going to go back through. They're going to check if anyone's alive still. So at this point, if the enemy is still alive, it is your responsibility to treat them. It is now a war crime to shoot them in the face if they're begging for help. As well as the EPW guy, if anyone surrendered, he's going to arrest them, search them, all that good stuff. And it's going to be, remember, 2 from each squad. So 1 EPW guy, 1 casualty collection, 1 EPW, 1 casualty collection. Then after that is done, you are all going to exit through the apex right here. And then go back into whatever you were doing. Alright. I hope that was simple enough. If you have any questions, please ask me. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.